What is going on, Keyforgers? We're back. If you haven't noticed today, there have been a lot of KAGI games going. Both Astron and I getting to cover some of them today so far. I think it's 3. There might have been a 4th one that was scheduled, but the events are gone now. I think it was just those 3 that happened so far. So we had Stormstrong versus Not Tonight, and then we had Astron playing his own game against, who was Astron playing? JT Russell, and then we had Quick Draw versus Crusader. So all great games. All of those should be up on VODs soon if you missed them. And now we've got my own game against Fabulosing. Fabulosing? I can never say that. This is going to be a tough match. Incredibly skilled player. Very, very, I'm scared to bring something that's too technical because I believe that Fabulosing will find something better than what I would. She's just that kind of player that kind of, knows how to make decks do more than what they should. So it's a little bit tricky to know what to bring here. I'm also trying to kind of keep with switching up different decks. Blue type is one I've really been thinking of. I haven't played a mass mutation deck yet. It's a very underrated deck. This is one of my sascap champions. This deck does so much, and most of it is this dis, but it's not only the dis. The other one I've been thinking about, just because I want to play it again, is Orbibet. And Orbibet is actually my KFC Open Archon deck. So I haven't decided. The other one is Orion, which is one of my name decks. It's a pretty fun WoW deck. I don't think we're running that one. Orbibet is, so both of these decks really reward handcrafting, and I think if there's any place where I can get someone to make mistakes, even as good a player as Fabulosing, it's going to be more on that side. Both of these decks can create board states that they will be able to just run over me if I can't get a handle on it, but if they don't handcraft right, I think there's a chance I can beat them. Let's do blue type. I think blue type will make for a more interesting game here. The other reason for this is it's tough. Budgenator and Amber Medes, welcome in. This will be really interesting. I think I don't know if I am confident enough bidding chains on Orbibet, whereas bidding chains on their deck when blue type is the underdog, I know how blue type can kind of take over a game if there's any kind of efficiency advantage. So I think that's where I want to be in this one. Oh, go. Ooh, but they got a Grim Reminders deck. Should be interesting. So let's take a look. Alma O Ponpadro. Burn the Stockpile, Memorialize the Fallen Rock-Crawling Giant. Okay, I think this is the same one we saw them play last round. Very interesting. Near Future Lens. We don't have any artifact control. Double Body, Lee. So this will be very interesting to see how Infernus does against this. And blue type is going first. That is important to remember. Got a Gatewave, got an Infernus. We've got a couple different Logos things. I don't think this is the start we're looking for here, though. Gonna let TCO catch up a little bit, too. Scout Pete's not the worst, but I think we can do better than that. Like a Dirkscar with 3 upgrades. This is not a bad start here, but we're going to go ahead and get Keo down first, and then we'll kind of start handcrafting. Do they have... There's none of the hand disruption from Equidon in this one. Yeah. Just generous offer, discard Scout Pete. Okay. I actually really like just dropping the Novu here. I think we're okay to play this a little bit slow. There's a few other things I want to... Do I just hold that? No, let's go ahead and discard it. A few other things I want to find along with this Dirkscarb to really make it sing here. TCO is just taking its time loading these images. I know it's been like that for a lot of people, kind of the last couple days. Oof, early near future lens is rough. Here's an Essence Entangler. We don't mind that being there. We are just going to discard the Lethologica here. At this point in the game, we don't care too much about it. And we're just going to go for the Dirkscar play here. Would have loved to find our away team, but not much we can do. If there's anything I can do to get this loading better. Can't reap. I wonder if that's better to just put on the... So we'll put this on Novu, actually. And then we'll go ahead and put this on it, too. Well, and this is the main reason, is these Mark of Disses in this deck are so crucial, and I just don't want to mill them. That said, they have not played any creatures yet, so those Mark of Disses might also do absolutely nothing. There's a Rogue Op to steal 1. We can see some stuff going with the near future lens there. There's a Scrap Scrounger. This stuff not loading is frustrating. Just makes it tougher to catch what's going on. Got a Rock Hurling Giant. We did drop down to 4, so we're not in check this turn. Just make sure this is an Equidon turn. They played that with... okay. And that, they did so much on that turn. Like, how did they do all of this? They used Sandhopper to play the Rock Hurling Giant. Scrap Scrounger's got the discard pip to do the Soul Bomb. Okay, so lots of stuff going on there. So the Mark of Dis can throw them back into Equidon, which might be the right call here because Generous Offer's already gone. They can Sandhopper some stuff, but I think that's better than them going into near future lands. Actually, we can see basically their whole hand. So they got Survey, Bridger, Strength from Diversity, Belligerent Guard, and Fiery Jark. So yeah, if we go Equidon, they can get Belligerent Guard down, has a Capture Pip, so we would actually not get the check because we did lose one there. Interesting. So if we go Brobnar, Fiery Jark does not have a pip on it. And I think there's one more card we don't know. So going Brobnar is probably actually the safer here. And then we'll go ahead and Infernus. And what do we get here? Out Negotiate is definitely scary because there's stuff we don't want thrown back on the bottom of our deck. I don't know if it's just all of their Amber control though. Do they have Recursion? Yeah, they've got the, we gotta remember, they've got the Lee. So what do they bring back with the Lee? I think it is this. And then we'll drop these. So hopefully that's a key for us. Even if they do have the burn the stockpile, we stayed at 6. They can near future lens to play the Fiery Jark, and that is it. So they just get rid of the Drekker, which is sad. We like Drekker, but Okay, so now we've got the away team and we've got some more upgrades, so we'll go ahead and just start getting those archived. Let's see. I think we just put all of these on away team. Damage the Picaroon. Let's see. We already put a translator and Explorer over. So we're not getting the amber for that, but we are making that so we can get those back later. Honestly, the Star Alliance draw has been something that this deck really wants to see, so don't mind that. We can probably go back into Star Alliance next turn, start forcing some board control, which we know they have the Strength from Diversity was not board control, right? I really need to start watching what's actually getting revealed. Discards Blunderbore. Lash Out goes on top. That doesn't kill anything, luckily. That is a lot of damage. We're in a Star Alliance turn, so, but man, there's so much going on. Stormstrong, welcome in. Sorry about your game earlier. That's yeah, that game one was just heartbreaking. There's just, it felt like there was just so many chances to get that Empyrean charge, and it just didn't show up. Was it actually in your hand by the end of the game, or was it still the last card in the deck? I think with the math with Eddie, it was still would have been really hard to actually forge, but okay, there's our Lee. So what comes back with Lee? Maybe Fiery Jark here? Yeah, bummer. Drew it after your last turn. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, so we can actually stop the key here with our dis turn. And we can kill the Lee, which I think is the right call. We have all of our upgrades. Man, why? I'm gonna try and just refresh really quick, just to see if we can get a little bit more of the images. Don't you dare boot me, TCO. What is happening? Where's my internet? Is this TCO or is this me? The stream seems fine, so this seems like more of a TCO issue. But this is taking way too long. This is flashbacks to my game against Atlantis. Feels like TCO's been having issues. Okay, well, we just made it way worse, so we're just gonna try and crack on here. Oh, there we go. Oh, left it exactly the same. So we are going to fight the Lee here, and I think we just purge the Lee. We'll hit 1 pip, but getting rid of that Lee I think is a pretty big deal. Let's go Pete. Kind of like getting rid of Lash Out. If we can kind of do the creature control on our turn, on our terms, then I think that's best. And then now we can just play for the Amber. Okay, now we got a Logos turn 2 where we might be able to stop them. We've got our Skixuno, which means we're just looking for the second mark of Dis now. But we want to get some Amber before we actually play that, so... So the tricky thing with this deck, what makes the Lethalogica really nice is if you're in a situation like this, where your Dirkscar came super early, and you want to recycle to get back to it, the Lethalogica can help you get there. Belligerent Guard drawn for us will help too. At least all their stuff is showing up now. That's something. It still doesn't like mine, but... Group Think Tank, I don't mind seeing that here. Plays an Azure Tooth. Can we afford letting this board stay for a turn? Helmsman Spear's down? Maybe not. Another draw, but it's still not our mark. Shouldn't I be at 9? I was haunted at the start of this turn, right? Huh. Is that not working? Or did they just play that this turn? Maybe I missed that. No. I think this has been down. Oh, I still had chains from the gateway. We're good. So Logo's turn doesn't do much for us. Doesn't stop the key. We get a bunch of creatures out, but them using this board seems worse. I think we have to do the dis turn here. As much as I don't want to pop that, but I just don't think this is a board we can let live. And then we can just deal with next stuff. It's probably going to be a lot of Brobnar here, which is not great, but this still feels like a better situation to drop some Logos or Star Alliance. Preferably Logos. Gonna get some nice discard pips with the Sandhopper. So these two coming out early is huge in this game. Rick Nasty getting discarded is great. We'll take that all day. KAGI, that's fine. Brobnar stuff is just things we can mark into. Okay, and then generous offer. Did they just shopping spree to flip their whole deck? Oh no, they had flipped before. Okay, so they go to 6. We stop that with the Logos turn, so I think that means that is just the play here. So Neurosiphon first. Deal the damage. Oh, nice. We got the Umbra bot too. So let's do... Doesn't matter. There's no way to save these all from a groupthink, so... Oh, and we got the EP now too. Okay, so if we can go back into Logos this turn, get that Mobius scroll down, use this board for some efficiency, I think we're looking pretty good. Strength from Diversity does some capture, that saves some of our Amber from the EP. I think Star Alliance Call It here is really good for us. There's Rogue Ops. It's frustrating, but that's how it goes. They get Survey and Ornar Skullface, so they do steal 2, and then they'll fight Bob Bookton. Interesting. Okay. So we go the Logos turn here. Drop the Mobius scroll. Oops. Scroll, EP. Go ahead and fight the KAGI off the board. Get a draw. We still have a chance of getting that Titan Engineer, which would be really nice. Our next turn is going to be kind of awkward. We're going to leave this here for a Mark of Dis. What do we discard here? We already have 3 upgrades in there. I don't know that the Stealthster is helping us too much. Scout Peak gets us some mill. Awesome, and we get the Titan. That gives us a little bit of amber control too if they're able to burst up again this turn. Okay, so going Brobnar. It's probably going to be like a Lash Out here, but they're not haunted anymore. Could just be some creatures. Do need to be careful of Memorialize, but we're actually should be in a good place to get around that this turn. We may be giving them this key, because I think we have to... Ooh. Depends on what that Fiery Jark does. If it keeps going... I actually need to kill the Titan, otherwise we can stop the key. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, and they found the generous offer. Man, they're just getting so much value from that card. This lens. Yeah, this deck, or this game, could end really rough for us just because of that near future lens coming out so early. I probably didn't purge the right things. I should have purged this. I just didn't think they would find it with the lens quite so often. So, this is probably Starline's turn, honestly. I'm going to leave this in the archives because I just don't need to use it yet. And it doesn't get me a check anyways. Oh, and I don't have anything on top of my deck, so that doesn't do anything here. We'll go ahead and put this on... Scout Pete, I guess. Okay. So as long as they can't flip the deck this turn, we can do some stuff in Dis. This isn't looking good, though. They are haunted, yeah, so they can just Soul Bomb us. These not coming down until pretty late in the game, too. That would have been a lot more extra disruption. That would have been nice. But we do have the Dirk Scar. So I played the Helmsman Spears, but we can stop them from using it by just marking this. That's fine. And there goes the Memorialize. This is still the play because they're going to flip next turn, so I got to do some purging here. There's no Amber gone, but I think I just need to do it that way. And then we just lock them back into Equidon here, which they get to play a bunch more creatures. We just kind of have to deal with that. But I think it's worth it to keep them from using the spears. There's the guard, so we'll get a draw. We got a gateway. So if they don't fight off our board, we're actually sitting pretty good. We don't have the mark. And they are going to probably fight some... Oh no, they're just reaping. Ooh. That might actually be game. Stealing the 2 off of the body. I guess we have the EP, but that Logos turn looks pretty rough from where I'm sitting. Yeah, that Sandhopper just kills our Mark of Displays. I wonder if it was correct to lock them into Star Alliance instead. So they only went to 8. They have nothing in discard. We would have to purge our own 2 pips to just get them down to 6. So it has to be Logos. Do we get to archive more Star Alliance? But our Amber control is just about done. Yeah, having that opposition research there would have been pretty huge. So this is where bringing something like Infernus to adaptive is maybe just the wrong call. Because they have a better idea of what I should be purging from their deck than I do on the first round, and so in game 2, they're going to be able to pick that apart much better than I did in this game. Atlantis, welcome. Yep, we are back. They are giving me more creatures there. And not getting these Inspector purges. It's also tough. So they go back to 8. We don't have our Titan. Don't have Break Key. Can't draw Break Key, so I think that's going to be game. Yep. Bummer. Okay. Interesting one. This is game 1. So we'll just go ahead and play it out. Yeah. Let's see. I was going first, right? So, yeah. So Fab is going first. All right, we got Lens in our starting hand, so we keep this. That is so big for what this deck wants to do. Probably just hold the Rogue up, discard. Might be discard Forbidden Tome. Scrap Scrounger. Oh, we discard Tome because we can get it back with Scrap Scrounger. Yeah, we'll just discard Ornar. Now we just want to find the... Okay, so we got some... Oh, this came down from the Bob Bookton. Interesting. Oh, buddy, that is a big board already. What do we have on top? Rock Hurling Giant. Doesn't quite get us there. I have one amber. Can kill one of these. Let's just do the Brobnar turn for now. It's a little bit slow. Lash out, drop the bomb. Capture on self and draw nothing. Cool. Yeah, so they're just gonna milk this Logos board until I can deal with it. Mobius Scroll early is pretty good too. Don't think we worry about the Dynamo for now. So we have Generous Offer on top. That feels pretty good. We get to draw it. So I think we draw it because we can steal with the Rogue Ops. Let's go Star Alliance. We will survey first. Discard KAGI. So we know we have Azure Tooth on top. I think we discard that too. Get a Soul Exchange. That's actually really interesting. Give them back the Keo, kill one of these things. Okay, go ahead and play that. I've actually done a couple turns of Logos in a row. I think I just get rid of... Oh, I guess whatever I give them, they can just discard with the Novu. So we killed the Novu. Okay, so we're at 8, so we're almost haunted, so now we get to Rogue Ops. Of course, we steal one. Sandhopper and Ledger Domain. If that gets purged, we're in a lot of trouble. But we are making a lot of progress here, so what can we bring back? I kind of like bringing back the Azure Tooth. We're going to do some capturing next turn, so let's just throw that. No need to pop the Soul Bomb yet. Oh, man. This turn here could be rough. Oh, but they're going Logos. I will take that. That means we're getting a key here, which is fantastic. And any of the stuff that they put out basically can be killed by Soul Bomb next turn. Except for a Titan Engineer. And this thing. Mobius Scroll is sad that they're able to get that, but we're going to get a pretty nice lead here. We're just not cycling fast enough. So let's see. We can steal... I mean, it's technically stealing 3. And we get to discard this for more value. Okay, so we are going to do the Soul Bomb here. Okay, so we Soul Bomb first. Don't want to hit our other stuff. Ooh, I have too many discard pips for the shopping spree to work. Maybe that's okay. What is on top of my deck? Gemcoat Vendor. Beautiful. So let's play this guy on the left to discard. I think we're just going to capture everything onto Azure Tooth and then maybe hit it with the Ornar discard. So that means we're discarding the shopping spree here. Does the Gemco Vendor has a discard pip on it, so I think we hold the Generous Offer. So we will reap, put it on the left. play this guy on the right. We'll discard the Ornar to kill... Do I kill that? I think I killed the groupthink here. We're not getting into check. We don't need this back right away. Yeah. If they had one more amber, we'd be getting to check, but I think we're going to call it there. So they do have some good purge targets, but we're so far ahead right now that Mark of Dis hurts. What do we have on Near Future Lens? Fiery Shark, the one creature that we cannot get to stay on top or on the board. That is unfortunate. And we're going to get some purges here probably from these inspectors. They didn't pull their archives though. So it's possible they don't have... So they don't have the mark. No mark there is really big. We lose Burn the Stockpile and Strengthen Diversity, and they purged the Sandhopper. Just brutal. They have 0 pips so far. Okay, so I think we just go Brobnar here. Go ahead and toss the Jark. And play a Brick. Brick gives us a creature for the Equidon cards. If they try and mark us, Memorialize doesn't feel great, but we can do it. But they just did a really big disc turn, so if they have more discs, this will be a Star Alliance turn. Question is just, do they have the Dirk Scar? And the other issue is we don't have another board clear. Okay, there's the Dirk Scar. Got Fortune Reverser. Fortune Reverser is actually interesting. It removes all the upgrades. But yeah, they're going to get so much amber here. But this is the big burst of the deck, so if I actually Memorialize here, I think they're going to have a very difficult time clawing that back. Okay, so we've got Universal Translator, we've got Stealthster, we've got Exploit Over, we have Exploit Over and Access Denied. There's no... Can we stop them? We can't even stop them with the Equidon. We can only steal 2. This stuff doesn't help us yet. So I think it is a Brobnar play here. Again, we've got Fortune Reverser on top. So Fortune Reverser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it has 8. So 5 out of 8 upgrades are played so far. I think what we do is we Memorialize, we Fortune Reverser, and then we actually ditch the Headhunter so we don't get marked, because mark is most likely coming next turn. So we Memorialize first. That blows up both of our ambers. We'll go ahead and Near Future Lens. This guy can't reap, but he can fight for free. I still think it's more correct to kill the Chan here. If this stays, they get so much value out of it. Okay, and no more creatures for these, which is unfortunate. We do have a Helmsman Spears on top, so we can do that next turn if we want to. But I think just losing that amber generation from that is pretty big. They might get a couple more here from a couple upgrades, but ooh, or they just start doing some reaping. That feels pretty good. Do we want to cycle here? I think we do. They don't have enough for us to steal, so that's not really worth it. So we'll just go Star Alliance. Let's just discard this here to steal an amber. Effective. Oh gosh. Okay. Redrawing into Memorialize is not good. Redrawing into Jark here is pretty good. The sad thing is we just flipped without playing the Generous Offer. Yeah, that was probably the wrong way to go with that turn, unfortunately. What do we do in Star Alliance here? We can actually kill this thing, just get rid of it. What do we have on top? Ledger Domain. It's not doing much for us. I think I might just kill stuff. Discard. Go ahead and play this first. So we'll get the Scout Pete, and we'll go ahead and kill our body. We've kind of gotten some value from it, and then we'll go ahead and just kill the Jark and the Dirkscar. Got Lee on top. Can we actually get haunted this turn? There's a Mobius scroll. That's probably going to be some Mark of this shenanigans. So we can get to check, but they're going to purge stuff. Kind of don't mind the Star Alliance play. We've got Lee. Yeah. So we get to use the Blunderboar too. Let them get a little bit more amber here. Probably Marcus into Brobnar, but not much we could do about that. I would just rather them dump the rest of their Infernus, or their second Infernus here. So we can play this stuff without too much fear. And this will be a gateway too, so we're basically... Ooh! Hits the Palic. Okay, so we're going back into Star Alliance. We've got Brick Nasty on top. Yeah, that doesn't really help us, does it? Yeah! Problem is now they might mark us back into Brobnar. So maybe we shouldn't have done that. But they're on chains now, and if they go back into this, they could still have second Infernus here. And if they mark this, they can just kill it with the Hystercog. We've got the Krokag on top. And they're just not generating amber fast enough for it to really matter for us, so I think we just let it happen. Away team is fine. Ooh, don't love the elusive on there. So how much amber do we get if we do the... Oh, we can get rid of more. It's so tempting to do this. We still have the Krokag on top. They're gonna flip soon, so if we don't do... Might be in 2 KG with this. Should I just burst? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amber. They wouldn't even be able to stop that with an Infernus. And it'd be harder for them to take care of this if they wanted to. Problem is they lock us back into... Oh no, we get to kill that if we go this turn. I really like getting rid of these upgrades too. Yeah. Let's just go for it. Okay, so let's do Forbidden Tome. Fortune Reverser. We'll go ahead and... Generous Offer, discard this guy to deal damage. Don't think it matters. Blow up a brick. And steal. I think it's just the Universal Translator without the pip here. And I think we discard this and we don't NFL. Because we don't want to put something out there that they can mark. So yeah, if they want to play their Infernus, Mark of Dis is going to be a bad turn. Or they could just Logos and EPS and then we don't get the check. But we have the Shopping Spree, which is really interesting here. We don't draw into anything helpful. Okay, so if we Shopping Spree here, we don't quite get there. Could just do a quick Starlines turn. What do we have on top? Survey? Ooh, Survey actually, does that get us there? No, we're still only flipping 6. Oh, 7 because we will draw up to 7 because of this. So do we flip? So Survey gets played. We discard another one that puts this to 6. And then we Shopping Spree to flip the deck. Actually kind of like that a lot. Doesn't matter. Oh, actually I did the math wrong. So we're going to go to... Get to play one of these. Soul Exchange help us at all? We get the Scrap Scrounger. I don't know if we need that. I do like killing the Umbra bot, so let's just kill that. They don't have anything to get back either. We get marked here now, but we get to kill this away team. I think we just fight this Hystricog so they have less of a turn too. They can still stop us with Infernus, but we saved our Generous Offer, which I think is pretty big. Yeah, we get marked. There's a Break Key, there's an Infernus. They actually only remove 1 Amber if they go this route, so... And we are forced back into Equidon. What do we have on top? We've got the KAGI again. Dang it. Tired of this guy. Argument to have play discarded, or sorry, captured both on this guy, but we don't want to kill this. Oh, actually we could now, I guess, since they flipped. I was gonna say if they haven't flipped, we don't want to kill this, so they don't get it back faster, but chain bidding on this is going to be tough. Both of us started with the near future lens like turn 1, and that just changes how this goes so much. Let's see if we can finish this out now. So we've got the Out Negotiate. We've got these. I kind of just like getting this stuff on the board. What's that? Our new future lens is a Blunderbore. So for Blunderboring next turn, maybe we do one more Equidon turn. Because we can fight with this anyways. We can throw like Break Key on the bottom or Lethalogica. Now we're not too scared of the marks. Okay, well, I can't type fast enough to get my thoughts out there, but this will be a good game 3. I'm excited. How many chains do I think? It's... Oh, come on. Between 0 and 37. That is not untrue. What is going on with TCO? Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay, so we're both bidding on this one. Okay. Gotta be at least 7, so let's just kind of start there. Because, like, I think even if blue type gets out to a fast lead, and the other deck just spends time getting artifacts down, I don't think I'm going higher than this. So much depends on when those artifacts come, and especially the near future lens. Okay. Can blue type... I think the mark of this is really limit your options. Even with the near future lens, you just can't always use it for the efficiency. I think we pass here. Let's see. And I'm going first. This feels like a pretty solid hand to me. I have to be really careful with the bot booked in. Don't want to hit like... Is this a good enough hand? Could be really awkward. We basically give ourselves a 2-2-2 by playing the bot booked in out first. Let's try again. Let's see what we get. This I actually like getting out early. So we'll start with the Dynamo. See if we can start getting some passive amber. We're building this up. We'll get these down to start getting some purging happening. This is near future lens. Okay. And they discard Ledger Domain. We're going to discard the Umbra Bot. We're going to go ahead and just get this stuff down to be a threat. Keep drawing logo stuff. Sounds great. You may just do this call. So this gets us 1, 2, 3, 4 amber, so not check. Oh, it is check because of this. So they could go back into Brobnar. So maybe we do the disc turn first. Fight this in there. Action. Play the Drekker. Yeah. Urge, scrap, scrounge. I'll take that. We'll go ahead and put this on the right side. Oof, oof. I like it. I like this hand. Now we're cooking. Access denied. What do we put that on? Do we put that on Dark Scar? Not if we're putting Universal Translator on it. This is a stupid hand for the place we're at in this game. But I'll take it. Ooh, generous offer there is brutal. Giving me back the Inspector. Don't get anything for the Dynamo is really sad, but it's Dark Scar time. Okay. Oops. Frick. I hate TCO. Okay, this upgrade. I guess we put it there. Okay. They find the Fiery Jark, of course. Man. Yeah, if they kill both, we go logos here. We get the key at least. That is a lot of their creature control gone too. That was a lot of Brobnar in a row. I guess they... Yeah. It could be interesting. But we got past the burn the stockpile, which is really big. We're able to kill there. I think we do the logos turn here. So we get to archive. Let's just do the damage there so that they die if they do. I do not like this draw. There we go. This is what we want to see. So now we'll get to also do a double purge if they've been handcrafting. And they really don't have a way of killing off their own stuff here. I expect to see some artifacts coming down. Yeah, this is Sandhopper. We could be in trouble still. Tome is okay. We're already haunted, and they are too, but that kind of negates the chains at this point. But no near future lens and no Sandhopper. Ooh, and the Infernus. And the generous offer's gone already. Yeah, I think we go crazy here. So we mark them back into Equidon. Furnace. We definitely get the generous offer, and I think it's the fiery jark. I'm not worried about their amber yet. We just don't want that stuff coming back, especially this off of a Lee. We purged the Sandhopper. Sandhopper there is insane. We go Logos. This is where this deck just feels really bad sometimes, is it just does not generate amber to afford to keep. Yeah. We'll damage the Skixuno. We know the Ledger Domain's gone already, but ugh. Still might not get enough amber to forge. They can memorialize. Can they? Yeah. Yeah, and they do. Playing some logo stuff here. We're just going to try and find our gateway now. Discard that. So we got the gateway. They might soul bomb us here since they're still haunted. I don't love taking it because the Logos or the Mobius scroll goes back in hand. We don't really want to call Logos again. I might. Some stuff stays alive. We might just go Star Alliance here. Try and keep using the board. They're on full hands now, so we do have to be worried about more stuff. Near Future Lens is probably going to be in this game now. There's the Fortune Reverser. So one more turn without the Near Future Lens is still pretty big. We could actually stop it again with our next... Ooh. Might have to Infernus here. I might not actually Gateway if we Infernus this turn. They out-negotiate for the Stealthster. Yeah, I think we need to do that here. So we'll go this. We will take the archives. We're going to mark. We're just going to fight it off. Play Icaroon. Play the break key for an amber. Play Infernus. There's actually an argument for Infernusing my own stuff here. But I think they have enough things that we want to deal with. There's just so many different angles. So we know the stealth or the Sandhopper is gone. So really it's what kind of stuff do we not want them to be able to play out of turn with the Near Future Lens. We also know they're going to have lead this turn. So what creatures do we not want them to have? Problem is we're just really giving them a lot of Brobnar. We just discarded our gateway. We are reshuffling here. I think you can give him that. Let's get rid of some Brobnar. Maybe we hold gateway since they put that back. Yeah, because there's a good chance they soul bomb us here. We have the opposition research now. Because they have to go back into Equidon. They can still soul bomb us, which hurts. It doesn't kill these three. So that means we can do our Star Alliance turn. Okay, I like that call. It does mean the Rock Hurling Giant goes down below Mark of Dis. Yeah, so they just soul bombed. Okay. Let's go Star Alliance. Left. Oops. I think it does. I think the Fortune Reverser means it still doesn't get it because it's this creature gains. Yeah. They didn't flip their deck there, which is kind of interesting. But we still have a board. We've got a pretty nice follow-up here. This is going to be Star Alliance. We'll see what all they do. There's going to be Lee and the Near Future Lens. What else do they have? 6. Man, they got almost a handful of Star Alliance. 7. Corporal Bridger would have been an interesting one for me to hit. So now they can use the Rock Hurling Giant. They just reap though. Okay. So we could do some Star Alliance stuff here. We get 2 uses off of this Chan, which means both of these could like fight or reap. We could stop their whole board from reaping for a turn with opposition research. Does that really get us very far though? Star Alliance gets us to check. This hand does not. So I think we do the Star Alliance one. Interestingly. So we'll reap. So they flipped. Lee is still scary. What's on top of their deck? Spears. Of this. Fight the Palic. This will... I think it fights the Bridger. There's this one reap, and then we fight the away team into the Bridger. I think we do that. Oh no, it's got to be the Lee because the Bridger can just come back off of the Lee anyways. Yeah. I guess it doesn't come back ready, but it still lets them use this. So either way, they get that. But now hopefully there's some decision about whether or not they stop this key. This will probably be Rogue Ops. Which is okay. It gets it in the discard so we can try to purge it. And that means we get the Neurosiphon. They discarded their spears with it, though, so they knew that was there, and they decided to just go for it. See if they kill this. There's a chance they do. No, they're just gonna go for a lot of amber. Feel a little bit bad about this, but we're gonna EP that. EP, we still get the steal off the Neurosiphon. Kill the giant finally. Let's opposition. What's on top of their deck? Gemco Vendor. Play Groupthink on the left and Novu on the left. I think we do finally just fight this Bridger off. Oh, they can't reap this turn. Fighting is not very useful for them, so. We got this Kixuno, but we don't have Amber to Forge. So if we can go another Logos turn here, that would be ideal. Archive some of this dis. This is still not as good of a spot as I'd hoped to be at this point in the game. Give me back the Titan. They might need to kill the Groupthink here. That actually does a lot. But they're gonna fight the Chan, give me a body. That's actually kind of funny because I get to use the body. Starlines. Card. Ooh, they get the Lash Out. Oh, they don't. Okay. We Forge here if we discard. So we discard the Titan. But I think we're still going Logos. We're just going to give them this first key. Do we discard the Letho? We still can't stop them with the Titan. But I think this is worth it now. What do we have left to get? It's not a lot of Logos, so we might mill some stuff we really want here, but I think it's worth it to do some damage to this board. And getting the Mobius Scroll in the archives with this on the board is really good. I think we actually just toss this stuff in there now, though, since we drew one of those off of the Belligerent Guard. Action to kill all their Starlines. We'll go ahead and Lethologic. Oh gosh. Okay, could have been worse. So we lost one Infernus, one Mark. But the other Infernus was there, so we're not going to actually get to purge anymore this round, which is rough. We're just going to reap. We do still have a Mark coming though, so not all hopeless. Oh, no. We want to play this. Getting the Novu key there is actually really big, especially with this dis follow-up. What do they have on top? Okay, okay. So they're going to get this key. This is a good one. This is going to be very tight. I just worry about my Amber generation. Memorialize, we lose not much, so. 2 Amber for this deck is actually big, so I shouldn't say that. There's a Lash Out. Oh, did that get discarded? Oh, no. Do we discard the Mobius? Sure. That gives us some security. Is a disc turn even worth it here? We're gonna flip If we lock them into Brobnar, they don't have the Lash Out. They don't have the... Oh, but they're still haunted. That actually makes them haunted, so they can just Soul Bomb whatever we put on the board. It might just be Logos again. What do we have left? Yeah. Let's just run the board a little bit. We can action this again to kill this, deal some damage there. Is that correct? This goes down to 4. This dies. Yeah. Putting this to 6 doesn't make a difference in anything. Okay, so now we hopefully force the Soul Bomb before we do our display. And actually that is very relevant, not putting the damage there, because now our Mark of Dis still hits it even after a Soul Bomb. They're going Star Alliance, so I'm assuming they got a Headhunter on top, that's fine. Play a Survey, they get Rock Hurling Giant. Yep, there's the near future, or the Soul Bomb. And they're gonna, fight the groupthink. They're hoping we don't have one more Logos for the Novu. But we do. Get the Lee. What do they get back with the Lee? Okay, so I think we are marking them into Star Alliance because they just played almost all of it. So they got 4. What house is this actually in? Yeah, this is in Star Alliance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they have 1 Star Alliance card left. It's definitely in hand. What do we know what that is? Rogue Operations. Dang it. But they don't have a top of deck, so it actually does not do anything for them. Right? That's not in the purge. Yeah. The problem is, we don't get to check on our dis turn. That's just how it goes. But we do the gateway one, so we can actually have a board afterwards, at least with the Drekker. So we'll go dis. No. Mark. Do we Inspector here, or do we leave it on the board? I think since we have this Gixuno, maybe we leave it on the board. Because we're safe for a turn anyways. We know the only card they have is the Rogue Ops, and they can't use that this turn because they don't have a deck. They can't Near Future Lens because they don't have a deck. Yeah. Now we just get to reap and steal some. Is that the correct play? That was just not the redraw I wanted. This gets us to 8. Do we discard the Skix here? No. There could still be a lot of game left if they have the burn the stockpile. Oh, we could see Scout Pete's on top. Okay. Actually, I mean, they can just Rogue up here, but that doesn't do quite enough. I mean, what happened after that? We were able to do another Logos turn, get some more stuff on the board, forcing them to pop the Soul Bomb on our Logos so that our Dis was safe. So really this is what we've been setting up for, is being able to wipe the board and then keep our Dis on the board. Soul Exchange, Ledger Domain. Oh man, I can't even type. That was, yeah, that was quite the game. Yeah, the multiple board wipes are really big too. I only played Infernus like maybe twice. I think it was it only once. I might have only played Infernus once that game. Because did I play it twice? How else did we purge stuff? Sorry, we've wrecked your I don't know if I would call this. This was a very close game. It was so close to turning. And this game, like that Star Alliance draw I had kind of by turn, what was it, 5 or whatever, turn 4 or 5, where it was just like 7 Star Alliance cards was huge. Fortune Reverser was fun. It's one of those few cards where it's like, or decks where Fortune Reverser actually does so much against this. Like I played it, was it 3 times when I was playing their deck, and then getting it to hit the away team in this one. Oh man. Yeah, great games. And like this deck, like this is fabulous and knows how to pick some awesome decks. Game 1 she played was just flawless. Oh, I always miss it. I can't type fast enough. Yeah, but blue type is, like I said, it's chains are really interesting. I think if you were looking at these SAS wise, let's take a look. So Alma what? Oh, Padro. Doesn't like the. There we go. Yeah, 88 versus 62. You'd think 10 to 11 chains might be too many, or might be not enough. But those Mark of Disses just make it so much trickier to navigate. And then the Novu Dynamo did work in this one. But yeah, this has been a favorite. Like I said, very, very, very good sascap deck, and you can see why. Like that disc just wrecks stuff. There's synergy in the Star Alliance. You have ways of setting it up with the Logos, with the Mobius Scroll, and the Logos is like not great, but if that board sits there for more than a turn, it starts doing a lot of great stuff. So it's just interesting, very, very interesting. Again, you could see like its amber generation is very low, but it kind of just grinds the game out until it gets those big burst turns. So fun stuff. All right. I think this is officially the first game in KAGI Top Cut that I have won. So that's exciting. We'll see if we can keep it up. Yeah, this game, so this deck, I've played, I wonder how many I've played with this deck. Let me do my report quick and then we'll go take a look. We still report these, right? Do we just go to the challenge? Yes, we report it here. No. Where do we do it? Just in the... Shouldn't be this difficult. I have just the normal KAGI form. Okay. Okay, cut. Where am I? There I am. Very fun though, getting to see Fabulous and take down their last game, the first round of Top Cut, and then getting to kind of follow that up, playing against that same deck. Let's see, we ended up on, was it 11 chains? Yeah, 11. Which is, this is a decent amount, right? That's a decent amount of chains. And it was dicey. I think if the NFL comes down sooner, if the... Well, it's just always so hard to say, because the turns where you have to play the artifacts, they're not doing anything. So if you're not taking care of my board, like if the Inspectors hit some board control instead of like the Sandhopper, there's still like so many interesting things. Like honestly, I think hitting board control with the Infernus might be the better call in some of those hits. I think getting the Generous Offer is huge. Like that turn one, Fabulous Thing just stole so much amber. Did the winner play their own deck in game 3? No, mine is MM62. And then theirs is AGR 88. Submit. Right, I played my deck, right? That's what I said, right? Did I say no? I can have them fix it. Oh. You can't listen to what my mouth says. Like that's... You think I selected no? Okay, I'll have them check it. All right, we're up against General Store next. This was a pretty interesting match there. Yeah, I'll let him know. I think I said yes. Okay, well, we'll have him double check it anyways. I know what the back end of those forums look like. It's not hard to fix something. Okay, so we've got, so that puts me there. Only 2 matches left for this Top Cut. So people, man, this has been awesome. So like this week, like you see, how many games is this? 8 different matches that are supposed to be played. And I think everyone that's been played so far has been covered. This one I think was recorded. I don't know if they got audio on it yet. But they've all been recorded and they're all going to be done on time. Like just that is such a win for a league like this. So I think we've got Captain Gale and Ian Yoink are playing, I believe, on Saturday. And then Tank Fun and Is that how you say that one? Thytium? 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 I'm not sure about that one. They are playing Sunday. So we've got 2 p.m. Saturday, which, depending on what's going on, I might stream that one. We'll see who else is available for that. And then, yeah, Tank Fun is on Sunday. Very, very exciting stuff. Yeah, this is great. Love the KAGI end season, but the stress of picking decks is real. I sat here for like the first 15 minutes before we even started trying to figure out what deck I was going to play for this. And now that I've done MM, that means I've done Coda, AOA, Worlds Collide, MM. I have not done a DT deck, so let's go do some theorying. Not done a DT. I have not done a WoW or GR. I might not. I've done an Amber Skies. I might do another Amber Skies. I still might go back to that one because I think it'd be a fun one to try on Adaptive because it is a tricky deck, but we'll see. I'm not going to give stuff away. I don't do WoW. Problem is, I don't know if I have anything in GR that I feel confident enough doing. I just didn't play. I played a lot of these like once or twice, but I don't have a ton of reps on most of them. The one that I do have a lot of reps on is my name deck, Daisy Pickles. Name for the doggo. You can't see over here. But I've found I don't love this one for adaptive because it can be very, very swingy. Staff Sergeant Rhea turns can just get nonsense in this deck, and so I'm just not sure it's worth it. Yeah, and I know like Astron was talking a while about which deck he was going to pick from GR because I think he's trying to go through each set also. But this one is just like, I could do, where is it? Maximo is one I played a decent amount, but same thing. This one, like double market fluctuations, that is just like if you don't see them the right time game 1 and then your opponent has both of them before you're haunted game 2, you just lose the game. And I just don't want to lose a game that way, even though there's a chance I might win the game that way. Like I just don't want to do it, even though this is a deck I've played a lot. I'm not sure what else from GR I would really play. I don't love a lot of my GR decks. I have one that I actually opened at KFC that I just need to play. Like I haven't played it yet, and it's this one. So it is a Mender deck with 11 Geistoid creatures and a Dark Heart of the Forest. So I actually don't think I have played this deck just as an Archon deck yet. So this is one that I probably need to get some reps with, and maybe next year or next KAGI season, I'll try this one because I think Dark Heart can be really good. I think Mender is really interesting with Grim Reaper and stuff. Having this many creatures in the house is really interesting to balance, but then like Brawling Grounds is also just like a filthy card. So this looks like it'd be a very fun one to learn to play. I just literally have not played it yet. So that's actually very interesting. Is that misspelled, or is that supposed to be something else? Like, because that would be the spelling for like a fiend, but it doesn't have a D in it. So yeah, it's possible it's just misspelled. I need to tag this one to play it later. I keep forgetting that I have that, and I need to get some reps on it. But yeah, the rest of this, I don't know. I actually have some TOC decks I would consider playing. This one I've been having a lot of fun playing. It's very, very interesting. Double standardized with a 1-power token, but lots of really cool kind of recursion. You've got Neutron Shark and you've got Bouncing Death Quark with Archimedes. The redemption is actually pretty solid with double Snoret, Torado, and then the Mantle of Zealot and stuff. So like, this could also be an interesting one. But this one, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually tricky or if it is just better than it looks. And once you get it in your hands, you kind of realize that it's better than it looks because you just end up archiving everything and have these really big, awesome turns. So this is one of the few TOC ones I would consider. Definitely not playing a Thrall deck. There's also an Alpha Gamma deck that I would maybe consider. I really want to learn... I want a good minion deck, because I think there's a possibility... I don't know if... Yeah, this one has, like, Futures Past. Like, seeing all of those cards interact, I feel like there's a line that is really good, but I've just never gotten it to actually do something. So, that's an interesting one. I think I might actually have 2 decks like that. No, this one doesn't have Futures Past, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just go back to Slightly Beefy. That did pretty well in KTL, so if I really want that Vietnamese box of decks, then we just go into sweaty mode and try and win with Slightly Beefy, because I know it, and I know I can win, so I'll do that. But anyways, thank you all for hanging out again today. We'll move on from here to next round, and again, be on the lookout for those 2 games this weekend. Not sure who's streaming those yet. I might try and stream some other stuff. We'll see what happens. But almost done with this round, and then we're into the top 4 matches, but top 8 players. And man, it's already, there's been some really strong players taken out already, so it's anyone's game, I think. Really excited for this. I don't love that Not Tonight is on the same side of my bracket. That scares me, but gotta get through General Store first. So yeah, thanks all for hanging out, and we will see you again hopefully sometime this weekend. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.